Hey, everybody. This is your host, Kevin Davison with Kevin's Korner, real estate from a marketing perspective. I'm excited because this is episode number 10 and the episode right before July 4th. So happy July 4th, everybody out there. I have some exciting guests today, but I like to always start off by telling everybody that this podcast is not done to promote myself. This podcast is done to promote the real estate agents and the vendors that I work with in the Fort Bend County area. So if you see this and you're an agent and you operate in Fort Bend County, or you are a vendor and you would like to get in front of agents, I would love to talk to you about putting you on the podcast. Give me a call. We'll get you on the calendar. So in saying that, I also would like to thank my support, which is always Jennifer Smitis, and then the wonderful staff at both the Sugar Land and Richmond Stewart Title offices, Caitlin Cornick, Devaney Devon, Rosalie Dean, and Wendy Santana, along with their assistants and processors and support. So let's get this party started. Episode Kevin's Korner, real estate from a marketing perspective. Does anybody know who this is? Anybody? This is the wonderful Juliana Bareford. Say hi, Juliana.
Hi, Juliana. Hi, Kevin.
So tell everybody what you do and where you're at while you're on the podcast.
Well, I'm Juliana Bareford, and I am the business development officer of our Kirby Grove office inside the Loop.
Awesome.
And I'm here today because you asked me to be.
Yes, I did. But you also want to promote your office, right?
I do want to promote my office.
There you go. So tell us about your office. What kind of, real estate's kind of all over the map, from low end to high end to luxury, investment, townhomes, condominiums, things like that, land. What kind of contracts does your office?
We get a pretty good mix. We have some luxury properties. There's a lot of townhomes inside the Loop. We do a lot in Rice Military, West U. We do some commercial, and then we were doing a lot of refis back when that was a thing. But so we have a good mix. I mean, we do properties all the way, from 200,000 up to 4, 5, 6 million.
Really?
Really?
I'm jealous. We don't do too many 4 or 5 or 6 million.
There's just a few.
But you're the types of the size of the properties and everything are a lot different where you're at than in my territory.
In some parts, yes.
In some parts, yes. So, what is it about you, at least that you think, or from your perspective, that makes your office different than the rest of the title companies in your area?
We've got a good mix of experience. We have Sanford Reel, who's been in the business for 35 plus years.
Really?
She does commercial and residential. And then we have Lauren Reed. She's our branch manager, and she's been in the industry for a little over 10 years. And she also does residential and commercial. And then we have Deanna Jurisic, and she joined us a few years ago from another title company. And she's our Spanish-speaking closer.
So you do have bilingual?
We do, yes, we do.
Yeah, see.
And I just, I've, in all the places I've worked, the level of professionalism that I see in my office is I think what keeps bringing people back. Mm-hmm. Everybody's very friendly, professional, efficient. If they are a little bit stressed behind the scenes, none of our customers or clients see that. Yeah, very good. Yes.
You also have a new member of the office, right?
Yes, we do.
That also speaks different language. Why don't you introduce her?
Well, I always say her name wrong. I call her Aru, but she pronounces it differently.
How does she pronounce it?
She puts the emphasis on a different syllable.
I call her Aru too.
Yeah, but she says it just a little bit different. And she says to tell you hi, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And we just love her.
Yeah, she's great.
Just amazing.
But she's from Uzbekistan or something like that. She's from a Russian country.
Yes.
And so she speaks fluent Russian, and she was actually the Cracker Jack waitress / server at my monthly happy hour that I have every month. She was the waitress at the
Baker Street Pub.
Baker Street Pub that we were in. I don't know why I can remember that.
And she still does it occasionally, doesn't she?
No.
Oh, I thought she had a shift or two that she was doing.
She did, but she called me and she goes, "I don't like Frank anymore. I don't work for him. We're done." I'm like, okay.
She's got her 21st birthday in July.
What day?
July 14th, I believe.
because mine's tomorrow. So
I know yours is tomorrow. Happy birthday.
I need to call her. Yeah.
But hers a big 21.
Yeah, a big 21. Yeah. So,
So I'll be sitting at the front desk so she can take the day off and go out drinking with her friends.
Really?
I really am, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So if anybody speaks Russian, you also got that at your office as well.
Yes, we do.
So how long have you been a Stewart Title rep?
I've been with Stewart Title for a little over 2 years, but I've been in the title industry for, I think, 6 or 7 years.
And I think you were in warranty.
Home warranty, yeah. I worked for home warranty for 11 and a half years. And before that, I was a realtor when I lived in Indianapolis.
Really?
Yes, I was.
So what would you rather be, a title rep or a real estate agent? Close your ears. Close your ears.
I like where I am now. When I wanted to make the switch from warranty to title, I wanted to work for Stewart Title, but they didn't have anything available that was open. So 4 years I searched on Indeed until one came available.
Finally one did.
Yeah.
So let's segue into marketing a little bit, because this podcast is about marketing and as it relates to real estate. So what do you do at your office to get the attention of real estate agents?
Well, prior to you coming to Stewart, we met because you used to teach for me.
Yes.
And you still teach about once a quarter, so we like that. I do a lot of continuing education is really where I think a lot of the people in my market want. A lot of the core classes, they like the Legal 1, Legal 2.
They like them because they're required.
They do, but they like that it's nice and convenient. But I've started doing some branding and cold calling classes, and they like those. I think just with the way the market has shifted, a lot of realtors are going kind of back to the basics and needing to kind of refresh on that.
Basics.
Yes,
I mean, during COVID, the deals were being dropped in their lap. That's not the case anymore.
It is not.
So, I mean, we're all having to go back to the basics.
Yes, we are. Which isn't a bad thing.
No, but it just means that it's going to weed out all of the good real estate agents versus the ones that were just there to wait for the deals to come. So, I talk to agents all the time that come to me and say, I need help. And I ask them, well, what do you need help with? And I need help getting more leads. Mm-hmm. How long have you been an agent? Well, 10 years. What's the problem? You've been an agent for 10 years. How did you survive without, it's not COVID anymore, so it's a lot harder. Okay, so you finally figured it out. And now you got to actually run your business. What other things do you guys do? You guys don't just do education there.
That's kind of what we focus on. We did do a self-defense seminar not too long ago, realtor safety. That was fun. And we're looking at adding some type of a quarterly something for a charity. We're still kind of working out the details for that. As you know, I'm a big animal lover.
Oh my God.
So I think the first one will have something to do with that, maybe a shelter or something like that. And then we're trying to think of something fun to do that's different than just a happy hour. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking there's a place called the Flight Club, and it's a dart place that's kind of down in the Montrose area. Super fun. So
really?
Yeah, it's really cool. We did our company Christmas party there, and I wasn't sure if what it was going to be like, but it's not just your traditional darts. There's different themes to each game and different things that you need to do. So I would like to put together an event for there.
So I didn't realize when I first came to Stewart Title, I was just trying to throw things on the wall to see what would stick. So I put together the happy hour and got the vendors. My happy hour grows every month.
I know it does. I see your pictures.
I'm Facebook. Pretty soon I'm going to I need like 15 more vendors and just. But so it works for me. And part of the reason is that, prior to me coming here, there wasn't a whole lot of marketing going on in this area. So when I started doing the happy hours and the classes and everything, everybody was like, oh my God, now you can get stuff in Sugar Land and for Fort Wayne area. So
well, also when I started too, it was just when people were coming back to work from COVID. I mean, the offices, like the real estate offices, weren't even open all the way.
Right.
So there was a big lag where there weren't any type of educational or any events at all in our office. So I was able to come in and hit the ground running as well with that.
Yeah. When an agent asks you, what is it? what's the title process like? I don't understand how that works. Where does title fit into the real estate process? How would you answer them?
Well, I think that a lot of realtors don't realize all the things that go on behind the scenes to get something to close. And I mean, I learn more every day just going back and talking to my processors and my closers. We had a real estate agent that did come to work and process for us for a short time, and she was amazed at all the moving pieces that had to go to it. So, I mean, I think the main thing is, I mean, obviously, the title is, making sure that everything is coordinated, and you've just got to be able to know what the timeline is and stay on top of things. And I think the biggest thing that agents want is communication, and they want to know.
That's all I hear.
Yeah, I mean,
just tell me what's going on, when it's going on, so I don't have to worry about it.
Right, exactly right.
Yeah. So, and then if someone asks you, was there anything that you would change about the title industry? I like to ask this question because I get a different answer every time.
Well, no, I mean, I think one of the most frustrating things for my office is just some of the HOA requirements and working with the HOAs. But I don't think there's a lot we can do to change that. I think I've learned a lot of it has to do with the internal system that you use to actually process the files. If that's not good or user friendly, then that makes it a lot more difficult for the closers and the processors. And I did work at a place where the system was not very user friendly, and I could see a huge difference. But I don't know. It's funny, we kind of laugh in my office. They don't want to do my job, and I don't want to do their job.
Right.
And I kind of
it's painfully obvious.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything that I would change.
Okay. So how does, if an agent out there is looking for a good title company, one that they can rely on, there's something that we learned at our last sales meeting that Kiani, who is going to be up next, doesn't know. What is it about Stewart Title and the rest of the competition out there right now?
Is it our birthday?
No. By the way, we are 130 years old this year, but she's right. No. The market share.
Oh, yeah, market share. I forgot about that. How could I forget about that?
Yeah. So Stewart Title is currently... Kiani, listen. Stewart Title is currently number one in market share in the entire city of Houston.
For resale
in all of our competition. So we're proud of that.
Very proud of that.
So you add that along with our birthday.
We should, a birthday, 132 years.
How long we've been around. The first office that opened up in 1893 is still there in the same building.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Yes, it's still there in the same building. And our headquarters is right here in Houston.
Yes.
So many, many reasons why Stewart Title would be a good choice, correct?
Oh, I agree, yeah. Yes,
so in saying that, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call me at 832-296-7666, or my email is Juliana, and that's Juliana .Bareford, BAREFORD @Stewart.com.
And what's one last thing you'd like to tell the agents out there that would be seeing this about you as a potential title rep for them?
I know it was a long time ago, but I used to be a realtor, so I understand everything that they've gone through to get to the closing table. And so I'm going to make sure that it's a pleasant experience from the time they and their clients walk through the front door. I've got a great team from, Aru at the front desk to, our funder, our post closer, our office. Everybody comments on the view. So, when they're, waiting for, the closer, things like that, it's a nice environment to be in.
Yeah.
But it's really the people. That's what makes
I always tell anybody that hasn't used this before that gives us a shot, you can always call me.
Yes.
Weekends, nights, evenings, it don't matter what it is.
Yep.
I'll answer the phone, I'll answer your question, and if I don't have the answer, I'll get you one first thing in the morning.
Exactly right. Yeah, I have my phone, and I answer emails and phone calls and texts all weekend long.
Yeah. So one more time, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Phone number is 832-296-7666, and my email is Juliana.Bareford @Stewart.com.
And which Stewart Title Office?
We're at Kirby Grove, so inside the loop on Richmond and Kirby.
Awesome. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Kevin.
It won't be the last. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to bring on my next guest. We'll be right back.